Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Sorry I'm late to the stream. Let me just post a Discord here quick. All right, so we'll start with a top-down analysis as always. Let me just remove my executions here from previous days. So very interesting spot to be in, obviously. We're very close to this daily high and the daily high, or the weekly high, sorry, and the daily high that formed here. We have a lot of daily highs. I'm going to label all these just so that we have them on our chart as well in black. There's one, and here's two. So we have this daily high, and then all these daily highs above. Weekly chart obviously looks very bullish, but a lot of the times what happens is we end up coming really close to these all-time highs, and then we'll actually end up retracing. On the daily chart, we don't really have any fair value gaps, but we have a lot of low resistance liquidity here. We have equal lows here. So just something to be super cautious of, super aware of, and yeah, just be very careful with anything that you take to the long side, and don't let your day trades turn into swing trades here. I promise you, you will be sad if you do that. Because if you are wrong, you are going to end up getting smoked, and all this low resistance liquidity is going to get taken. This new week opening gap is likely to fill. This low is likely to fill right here. So just be ultra aware, guys. We have obviously a strong breaker, order blocks here. Lots of things that can be tested to the downside before taking out all-time highs. I think in 2018 or 2019, we had a similar situation where we came very close to all-time highs, and then we completely rejected, filled more PDRAs to the downside, and then went higher. So that's immediately what I'm looking at here. One thing I will note, guys, we do have a set of perfect equal highs here. Where are they? Right here. That we came so close to today, and we missed them by just one tick. And now we are rejecting, which tells me that this could potentially be a bearish day. Possibly we'll come back and hit these, but a lot of the times, especially, I think today is quad witching, if I'm not mistaken. Does anyone know for sure? But especially on a day like today, it's just, you have to be extra, extra cautious. Okay. Hourly chart, again, we came super close and rejected here. We pushed to almost 3 standard deviations of the Asia range, and we're rejecting here. Yeah, I am a little bit hesitant on what to do here. I think I'd favor downside more here than I favor upside, but it's very tough when we have these equal highs right above us. We do have 8:30 opening here, and we have midnight below us. Do we have any equal lows that formed here? Looks like we do. Okay, we have another set of equal lows here. Are these close? Are they equal? Yeah, they're equal lows here to the downside. So obviously I'm going to label those on my charts. No equal lows there. Everything else seems to have been taken already. Big inversion here. Yeah, the fact that we came so close to these equal highs and didn't touch them is not a good sign to me. Not a good sign at all. If we are able to inverse this 5-minute gap here, then yes, I believe that the highs are coming. But until that happens right now, my bias is basically flip bearish here. No inversions to the downside either. Yeah, very, very tough. I was gonna look for a more obvious BPR to the downside here, but I'm not seeing anything amazing to the downside, even though I still think this is probably not gonna come back to this high today. Let me just check to make sure it's not quad witching. I think it might be quad witching today. Is today quad witching? And on quad witching day, normally price action is wild. Yeah, today is quad witching. Okay, so one thing I will suggest to you guys already today, because of the fact that it's quad witching, I would definitely size down. Moves can be very, very weird and volatile and large, so just be super careful. Now we have a 3-minute inversion as well. My guess is that they use this to reject, and then we're going to tag 830 on these lows here, maybe fill this fair value gap right here. But nothing I'm loving right now. Nothing I'm loving. We have a very important monthly level right, let me see where it is. Give or take right here at this green candle, there's a very important monthly level, so just keep that in mind. This could be a draw on liquidity today, where we could potentially reject from this 1-minute fair value gap. But apart from that, I don't know, not loving anything. I am paying attention again to this 5-minute inversion and this 3-minute inversion. If we can inverse both of those to the upside, then this high is coming, and it will probably end up touching the third standard deviation of the day, which is right here. You can see it at 22,171. But again, until I see something amazing here, I'm not going to be touching the buttons. Let me see if we have anything else on the hourly, for example. Very bullish hourly fair value gap right below us here. We have a 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah, very, like, it just, everything to me looks like this is pointing to further downside. Maybe we get some retracements up into this consolidation of price before going lower, but not a huge fan, guys, of anything really here. Yeah, nothing here, guys, at all is A plus. There was this 1 minute inversion here, which did work, but anyone taking that before perfect equal highs has lost their mind. So nothing I love here, really nothing. I think the next target is probably 830 open, which is right below us. I'm watching this 22,034 level right up here. I think there's potential for us to tap back up into here and then reject further, but we'll see. I want to see how we behave from this level right here, 22034.75. Didn't even touch it. Yeah, this price action is really, 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 really wonky. We did inverse this 3 into the downside, obviously, so I think this 830 is probably next. But this could be the start of a strong sell day. That I can't deny either. But nothing I'm loving here, guys. I wish I could say otherwise, but not clean price action in my view. The only fair value gap that you could even potentially have considered today, in my opinion, was this inversion right here when we closed below it on this candle. But trying to short right before equal highs is not a smart idea. And yeah, you can see what's happening here. Yo, can you guys hear the stream okay? Stream okay? I'm just trying to make sure because I'm hearing like this like wind. Huge rejection on the daily here, guys. Just a heads up. Yeah, I'm definitely under the belief here that this is going to reject. We have a set of perfect equal lows down here we could head to today. Do not be surprised if today's a sell day. But no A+ setups here. There's no one's taking this. If you're taking this before equal highs, I don't know why you would be taking that. Everything's selling off. Guys, make sure you like the stream if you're in here. Yeah. Touching into this 1 minute fair value gap now. Passing 830. Midnight is below us. Equal lows below us. My bias is now flip bearish. I think all these PD rays are going to be used as resistance to go lower. This 5 minute inversion is probably next in line here. Super interesting. Pretty much the only setup that I'm going to take today, guys, if we get a bullish reaction out of somewhere here, if we're able to sweep these lows, and then we get a really nice inversion to target these equal highs, that's the only thing I want. I can't really, it's very hard to take sizable down trades when we have equal highs right above us. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm hoping for here potentially is a rebalance of this 5, and then once that happens, maybe we can get a long setup, but we'll see. If you guys want to try scalps down to this 5, by all means, I'm not taking it, but... And for those of you who are just tuning in, I don't know if you are or not, but just remember that it's quad witching day, and quad witching day tends to have erratic price action that's not good. So number one, I'm going to be super selective as always, but even more selective today. And number two, I probably won't be shorting until these equal highs get swept. I don't know if they will get swept today because we came super close and we rejected, which tells me we're likely to come down and fill PD arrays below us. So like this hourly low that we have right here is super important. Until that gets filled and touched into, we probably won't get any bullish reactions. So just be aware of all of that. Okay, there's a filling of this 1 minute gap. This is a potential inversion here, but there wasn't any major liquidity sweep to the downside. We have this low right here, which is the hourly low. Just not a plus. I think this is probably going to be used as a rejection to go lower, but not a fan of anything. Even if this inverses to the upside, I do not like this inversion gap because we didn't get any major liquidity sweeps, so I will not take this to the upside. I think if anything, this is going to be used as a rejection to go lower and target this hourly low. Like there is a 2 minute fair value gap right here. Smaller, just not clean, and nothing looks clean today. We're rebalancing this 1 minute fair value gap. Did we fill it fully? Yes, we did. I just think from a high time frame standpoint here, because we came super close to these equal highs and rejected, this low is likely the target. So if you're looking for any target on the time frames here, this low, then on the hourly is where I think we're going here. So until we touch into that, I wouldn't even suggest being bullish at all. And almost there. Not quite though. Let's see if we can deliver in one candle sweep. Not yet. Wow. So they came super close to that hourly low, but did not touch into it. This is very, very odd price action. We could be just rebalancing this 830 and this little 1 minute gap before going lower. They could come up and try and sweep this high first. Maybe if we get a liquidity sweep above this and then a nice inversion, we can try that. But for now, this is not good not good price action. It's obviously making things tough for all the traders. Anyone going short is getting smoked on these up moves that are trying to sweep liquidity to the buy side. It's just not A+. If this inverses to the upside, yes, you can target this internal high, but because it's quad witching and because we missed these equal highs by a tick, I wouldn't be surprised if they come super close and then reject the market again. Just a day designed for chop, and I think it's like a search and destroy type of day. Has anybody taken anything so far? For those of you guys who are just joining in, anyone taken any trades? For the 8 people on X, 2 people on YouTube, or however many people are watching? Okay, another 1 minute inversion to the downside here, but we have to see it close below. If you do, you can try a 1-for-1 scalp if you want here. Would not suggest it, but you could if you want. So 2 touches into this. Let me check ES real quick. ES leaving perfect equal highs above. Such low volume on ES. Yeah, same thing with ES. A little bit of a cleaner 5-minute inversion to the downside. But same, pretty much similar, very similar structure. Again, I wouldn't even consider longs, guys, until this hourly low gets swept. If this 1-minute inverses, you can try that short, but I think they'll just deliver it without anything. So, see right here if that hourly gets touched into. Almost, but not quite. They're really making it tough to deliver down to that liquidity. Chopping the market around, stopping people out, not giving them entries. Okay, it should deliver now, down to that hourly low. But we'll see if it does. All right, there it is. Okay, so now we're in the hourly low. From here, maybe we get a bullish reaction. We'll see. If we do, it probably is going to have to be this hourly low right here, and then a liquidity sweep up to this buy side. But I don't know. This to me just looks like more of a sell day. Yeah. Very strong downside price action. Honestly, if I were you, I would completely stop looking for longs, and I would look for shorts. Until we sweep this liquidity here, we have perfect equal lows. For those of you guys who don't know, look at your charts and mark the wicks. If you can see, look at the L here. Open, high, low, and close. The L here shows 21,883, and this low here on this candle is 21,883. Perfect equal lows are a magnet for price, so I think the market is driving down to those. Crazy downside PA here. Insane. You could see this 1-minute short did end up working right here. Pretty decent RR, but not amazing. About a 1-to-1. But now I think these equal lows are coming. Such crazy price action. And almost there. Wow, missed them by a few ticks. We'll probably end up coming back, retracing into this 1-minute gap now, and then getting some kind of a setup later. Try and stop people out who are chasing this short. Rebalance this 1 minute, and then maybe we get a short in this range of price. Some kind of consolidation like this. Maybe. And then the dump. I don't know if they'll just do it straight away. Who knows? We also just tapped into midnight, keep that in mind. So this could be used to rebalance this 1 minute, and then again, consolidation before the delivery to the equal lows. If they just cleanly deliver it, sure, but I think they'll probably move it higher first, if I had to guess. Yeah, there we go. So there's the touch into the 1 minute. And now I think what we'll probably end up doing is something like this. And then eventually delivery down to these equal lows. So don't be surprised, guys. So one lesson I can kind of give you guys, if you see the market dump straight down, very big price action like this, most of the time what happens afterwards is we consolidate, we try and stop traders out who are trying to chase the down move, and then afterwards we get a short setup that gets us down to here. So this is what I'll probably wait for, is some kind of consolidation here. Maybe a little manipulation to the upside, a tiny 1 minute inversion to go lower. They could even bring the market all the way back up to this candle's high. This wick right here, by the way, just a heads up. So don't be surprised if we do end up doing this too. These are two potential scenarios here. I'll label them in different colors so you can see the difference. I'll label some lime green maybe. Oops. Wow, Tesla's back down to 318. Is that true? Let's check. $320. Okay, so I'm looking for some kind of an inversion, whether we tag this wick right here or whether we just go straight down. This one I'm not loving because we just had a distribution leg. I want to see more price action. So if you guys want, you can take this to the downside. This would be the short, right? Stop loss would be a close back below, and then you would target the equal lows. First of all, the RR is not great. Second of all, we just had a massive distribution leg, so likely we won't cleanly deliver all the way down. We'll probably chop around first, stop out short, stop out longs, do something stupid in here, and then get the down move. If this happens, you can try this. I would do this with much smaller size, though, because we just had a distribution leg, so it's very unlikely that we'll deliver cleanly down to these equal lows. We'll most likely come here, consolidate within this range of price, and then do it later, maybe in this macro time around 1050. So it is a very strong down day, so it could happen. But again, if you see the inversion play out here where we close below this 1 minute gap, I would take this with much smaller size. If we get a consolidation into the macro time and then we get the short setup, that will be something you can size more heavily on. Hope that makes sense, y'all. Type 1 if that makes sense. Type 2 if you're a bot. All right, so pay attention to this 1 minute gap and this wick is what I'm thinking now. We'll probably trade up into here and get some kind of an inversion play from there, ultimately driving us down to those equal lows. But just like we missed the equal highs here, perfect equal highs above us, they could easily bring the market close to the equal lows, do some kind of crazy manipulation, and then deliver it later. So just keep that in mind. Also, one thing I will note here, we do have a huge 5-minute inversion. If this ends up closing above, I mean, that could also be the driver back up here. If we end up sweeping these equal lows and then we inverse this 5, I think this is a great setup. And we can maybe target these equal highs later today. But let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. If these equal lows do not get swept, though, I will not be looking for a long setup. I want to see these equal lows get swept first. Perfect equal lows, and then see a long setup happen later. Okay, so just like I said, consolidation before a potential sweep of this liquidity, but quad witching day, price action is terrible. I was also looking for a 1 minute SMT here for this short, but if you look at ES, I don't think we even got it. ES's price action is even more wonky. If this scenario plays out perfectly, someone's got to give me something. If we touch into this wick and then get the rejection. Let's see if I'm right. That would mean we're filling this 1 minute gap here, and then we'll touch into this wick and then get the short. Again, if this 5 minute inverses to the upside here, if this inverses right now, am I taking this setup? All right, I'm actually not going to answer this. Somebody in chat is going to have to answer this, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. Just to prove there's no bots in here. If this 5 minute inverses, I already explained it earlier on the stream. Why am I not going to take this long if this inverses right now? Let's see if somebody knows. There's 10 people watching on X, 2 people watching on YouTube. Somebody has to chat. I'm not going to say the answer anymore. There's also a little 1 minute inversion here now. This could be a short if you guys want to try it. I'm not going to try this yet. I want to see this fill more fully. I think this is going to be a bullish tap to fill this 1 minute gap. And to fill this 5 minute fair value gap. Man, everybody in here is a bot, I guess. Nobody wants to talk. Okay, there's a push there. Wow. Like, imagine trying to trade this PA right now. Crazy. Okay, looks like maybe the equalos are coming now. So glad I'm not trading this. And did Trump say anything? Is that what's causing this algorithmic move here? Look at this. They come super close to the equalos and don't touch them. Everyone who tried to chase price here is now freaking out. It's probably going to come back and sweep this high. I have no idea. This is so wild. Okay, and there they are. All right, so we finally did get the sweep of those levels of liquidity. Now, if this 1 minute inverses, I don't think this is half bad. Or even this one, with your stop to break even at this internal high. This is something I might consider taking. So if we inverse this to the upside now, my target would be this internal high for my first TP. And my second TP would be the internal buy side up here. But I don't know if that's going to happen today. But just stop to break even will be here. The reason the stop to break even is here is because if we are bearish today and we want to continue to the downside, where are we going to reject from? Most likely from this 1 minute fair value gap. And they're going to use it to go lower. So if we inverse this to the upside, that's the entry. Quick stop to break even. Target slash stop to break even, and then your first target is here. Because if the market's going to reject, they're going to use this 1 minute fair value gap to do it. But this to me seems kind of like one of those days where all the bearish PD arrays are used to go down. And you have to see what is the draw on liquidity to the downside here. I mean, there's this hourly fair value gap that's about to inverse. We have this low right here. We have, whoa, this low right here. These are all potential draws. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. I mean, yeah, I think the draw here, honestly, is this new week opening gap that formed from the 15th. Don't be surprised, guys. So we're just now trading back into the Asia range. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 standard deviations below us that haven't been touched on the day. So do not be surprised if we touch this today. Again, it's a big move to expect, but today is it's quad witching day. Things can happen. But this level at 21,765 is definitely a possibility. And you can see every 1 minute PD array is being used as a rejection to go lower. Okay. We do have a monthly level right here as well at 21,858.75, right at this low. So do not be surprised if we touch into this, but nothing. They haven't given any good setups. Look at this. This inversion I was looking for after trading up into here, they end up closing the candle down here. There's no way I'm taking this. No way at all. Okay, there it is. There's a monthly level. And keep in mind, all these new week opening gaps in the standard deviation, these can also be draws for today. But again, there's been no A+ setups for me. Nothing whatsoever. Tiny 1 minute inversion here to the upside. Could this work? Sure. Nothing I'm taking. You can see all the hourly levels have been swept now, so there's a lot of liquidity that got swept to the downside. We could reverse here, potentially, but we need to see something amazing. The only inversion I'm seeing here is on the 1 minute chart, and it's tiny. I would never take this to the upside. Again, I hope one thing you guys are maybe seeing here is how selective I am with the trade that I take. I didn't take this 1 minute inversion here because we had equal highs. I didn't take any inversions here. This was too low, and there was no SMT with ES or NQ. This inversion to the downside was way too low. RR was terrible. Did it work? Yes, but not A+. I think the draw is going to be down here at these new week opening gaps. So we have one here and one here. We have a standard deviation at 21,765. This is the one standard deviation of the hourly range. The one standard deviation of the Asia range on the hourly chart. So this is a draw, and these new week opening gaps are a draw. But do not be surprised if we get some consolidation here. We just touched a monthly level, and then maybe we get a setup later. I don't know. But right now, nothing is A+. This is a quad witching day, and they're making it super difficult to trade this. Guys, make sure you like the stream if you're in here. There's almost 20 people watching between X and YouTube, and there's only 1 like on YouTube. How is that possible? Come on, y'all. So the only inversion I'm liking to the upside here is this 1 minute. So if we do get this, then they're probably going to try and deliver the market into this area of price before driving it lower. But until we see that, I will not be taking anything. We'll just be patient and wait. This is something I will try on stream. This 1 minute inversion, but that's it. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Amazing how the daily candle flipped from super bullish to super bearish. It's incredible. This 1 minute inversion looks pretty nice too. Not gonna lie. To the upside. I think we're likely going to tap into this new week opening gap in this one first, but if this inverses, that'll be a nice reversal on the day in the macro time. Just want to check something real quick. Wow. Some people took this 1 minute inversion to the downside. Very interesting. I would never have taken that with the equal highs, but some people are interesting characters, that's for sure. Okay, so I do like this 1 minute inversion. And I think the take profit here will probably be this buy side here. So if we are able to inverse this to the upside, I will try this. Stop to break even will be at this internal high, most likely. But I do not think this is bad. If we get the closure above. If we don't, we don't. But this will be a nice V-shaped recovery. Give us a chance to kind of chill on the day, trade back into this 1 minute, and then get a short setup in the afternoon, probably to target this new week opening gap and one standard deviation. Anyone going to take this 1 minute long with me? We swept a lot of liquidity to the downside. We traded into a new week opening gap, and we have a pretty strong target here. I'm going to delete a lot of these lines so we don't get confused. This is all liquidity that got swept right here on the hourly, and this is the target right here. So if this inverses, the long setup will look like this, targeting this buy side. Let's see if they end up holding this new week opening gap. It's a new week opening gap that formed, wow, all the way back in early June. I think it's possible that they use this new week opening gap to drive us back above this high and trade back into this consolidation leg right here. Definitely possible. Tristan, what's up? Yeah, crazy dump for sure. We just swept this internal high. Like I said, we probably would, using that new week opening gap. I think that if this 1 minute inverses, I'm going to try this long, and I'm going to target this 1 minute gap. Stop to break even here. And then, yeah, it's in a macro time. We have a major liquidity sweep on the hourly. We have an inversion. We have a clean stop to break even. We have this basically potential cool down period where we can come back and fill imbalances above us, and then we get maybe a dump later down to this new week opening gap. If they just cleanly dump it here, it is what it is, but wow, big dump there. Okay, so it looks like they're just going to deliver it down to that new week opening gap now. No retracements. Tristan, did you take any trades? If you're still in here. Also, guys, make sure you like the stream. There's almost 20 people watching this throughout all the things, and we have 3 likes on YouTube. Come on. Okay, did we form perfect equal highs here? Or did this sweep by a tick? Yeah, it swept by a tick. So bearish. Pretty incredible. Exactly what I said was going to happen happened, but I never got a setup for a single trade. Sucks, but I still think there is potential for upside, but once this PD array gets filled, so we touch into the new week opening gap, we get this 1 standard deviation, maybe we get a setup, but we'll see. We will see. 30 seconds till the 1 minute closes. We have 2 down close candles here, which I don't love, but if this closes above, you can try this. I think I might try this with a stop to break even at this high if we get it, but we need to see this 1 standard deviation and this new week opening gap get touched into first. Whoa, sorry. Okay, so no touch into the new week opening gap yet. I need to see this touch in, maybe another distribute or manipulation leg below this low. Then if this inverse happens, we can take this. And the target will be this 1 minute fair value gap right up here. This is going to be my trade of the day if we get it, but I need to see one more touch into here first, then the long setup to form. Does that make sense? For those of you watching, type 1 if it makes sense. This is liquidity. There's a PD array resting here until we touch into it. Okay, so I like this. 3-bar reversal, understands. Good, good, good. By the way, sorry if you hear stuff. I think the garbage man's here. And I will leave the stream a little briefly in here and there because I have a cleaning lady coming today. What indicator do you use for new week opening gap? Good question. It's called New Week Opening Gap, New Day Opening Gap by Kryptonite. I've made a lot of YouTube shorts about this, but I normally keep the previous 15 new week opening gaps on my chart. And yeah, so it's on TradingView. Great indicator. If you guys are tired of drawing your new week opening gaps, I highly recommend using the indicator. I used to draw them all the time. This is just so much easier. Wow, huge drop on ASML. Really quick before we continue here, I do want to check out ASML. Down, oh wait. Oh, it's only down 2.5%. So I have an alert set for ASML in this daily gap. If we are able to touch into this, guys, I'm going to be adding heavily to my ASML position. And I'm going to be targeting pretty much, well, I'm going to be targeting this order block and then also this daily gap. This is going to be my main target on ASML. So if you guys are looking for a long-term swing play, this, in my opinion, is one of the best companies for chips. They do lithography for chips. So if you know those little tiny squiggles on the chips, I don't even know what they are, but this company has a monopoly on them pretty much. ASML, you can look them up. So yeah, I'm going to be paying attention to that. I want to see how the rest of the market's performing. Wow, Mondelez with the best performer of all my watch lists. What's the worst performer today? The VIX, SOXL. If SOXL can come back to this daily fair value gap and this gap right here and fully fill this, I'm going to be trying to add to my long-term position for SOXL. This is not a long-term hold, by the way, guys, just a heads up. This is a decaying triple leveraged bull ETF, but if you're able to get it at super low prices, you can hold it for a long period. It's like a year plus. Okay, no touch into the new week opening gap, guys. So I cannot take this short. I cannot take the long yet, even if we get it. Okay, slowly but surely. I want to see a dump here into this new week opening gap, and then if we inverse this to the upside, I'll take it. Nice 2-minute looking inversion too. I'm not taking this 2-minute inverse though. I want to see this new week opening gap get touched into first. No 3-minute, no 5-minute. So again, for those of you wondering, am I taking this 2-minute inversion? It closed above. No, the reason I'm not taking this personally is because I want to see the liquidity get swept below us first. We have a very strong new week opening gap there. We have the first standard deviation of this leg. We have this huge upside move with a gap here that formed on Thursday, which was the 19th. Juneteenth gap. So not taking any longs until I see that get touched into. If you guys have any stocks you want me to look at, be my guest, post them here. I'm happy to analyze them while we wait, but I am not taking any longs here. Nothing at all, not yet. Damn. So this is the two sets of 1 minute gaps. We did not touch into the new week opening gap yet, but this does still look pretty good for a scalp, but I'm not going to do it, guys. Even though I think this is probably still going to pump up to this candle's mean threshold right here at 21,858, I'm not going to take it. If you guys want to, not financial advice, if this closes above, I think that this is coming very easily, but I'm not going to take it personally. Okay, there's the close above. In theory now, we should drive up to this consolidation like right here. 21,858.25 or 0.75. But the reason I'm not taking this, guys, again, is because we did not touch into this new week opening gap below us. So I'm not interested. But to be fair, the 2 minute inversed now, the 1 minute inversed. So it's potentially a trade. But I am not going to be taking it. All right, let's see if we get it. Again, I'm looking for the mean threshold of this consolidation. But this is a 1-to-1 RR trade. Nothing special. Nothing that I love. And the reason being is because we never tapped into this new week opening gap. But this could easily be the reversal on the day, if it's going to be. There's another fair value gap right here. If we close above this, this is a stop to break even, and you can target this. But I wanted to see this new week opening gap get touched into first before this happened. So I am not in this trade personally. If this got touched into and we inversed here, I'd be in this for sure. But because we did not, I'm not taking it. Could be long induce me before it stops it out to make the run. Maybe. But sometimes they do this. Sometimes they will leave a very strong PD array below it, and then they'll come up, stop people out in this whole leg of price. Everyone who's been short on this down leg has their stop probably here and at this high. But like I said, guys, when this 1-minute inverse, this is very likely to go to this consolidation. At minimum, there's a monthly level here at 21,858.75. That is a magnet for price, and it should tap into this now, but I'm not in this. You guys see how even if I have conviction on a play, if it doesn't meet my setup, I don't take it. You understand that? Like, if that doesn't show you discipline, I don't know what will. As soon as this 1-minute inversed, and even here, I was calling that this is very likely to hit here, but because my PD array did not get touched, I didn't take the trade. And 21,858.75 is just here. Sometimes they'll take it very close to a monthly level, and then they'll reject it, but I still think it's likely to hit. Okay, let's see if we hit it now. Wow, it came one tick right below 21,858.75. We hit 50, or did we even hit 50 here? What was the high? 857.75? Okay, so we missed it by 1 point. So if you're in a long here and this is rejecting, personally, I would probably be out here. I don't like the fact that we missed the monthly level by 1 point. That tells me this could be a manipulation, but that's just me. So if you're in this long, especially if this 1 minute inverses to the downside, I would be careful. And 858.50. Missed it by literally 1 tick. Crazy. And let's see if we get it. All right, there it is. Okay, so everything is inversed now. This could potentially be a reversal point on the day. But again, guys, I did not get my PD array touched. I did not take this. If you did, congratulations. This is your stop to break even. If you entered on this 1 minute inversion. You could also be taking profits here if you want, but I think this has a potential now to come back up to this 1 minute for value gap here, stop out a bunch of people who are short, and then maybe we get a delivery in the afternoon session to go down. That's my thinking here. Also, guys, if you're in a stream, there's like 20 people watching this through X and YouTube. Make sure you like the stream on YouTube. Helps the algorithm a lot. I think what you should be paying attention to here is this wick and this fair value gap. I think at minimum 21,917.50 is on the table. This is another level that I have. I'm not going to explain how I got these levels. It took me a long time to do it, but this right here, 21,917.50 is a pretty strong level. So I think if you're long in this leg of price, this should be a TP for you. And then this 1 minute fair value gap, if we get it, should also be a take profit. Okay. Okay, so we're very likely to test that monthly level again. 858.75. There's the touch into it. If I was in this long, guys, from here, I would definitely be taking partials at this stop to break even and definitely having my stop to break even here. So if you guys get stopped out here, just let it be. If this is going to continue up to my level and this 1 minute fair value gap, it should just do it cleanly. If it comes back and stops people out, could it continue further? Sure, but you should be done for the day. Bro, I'm hearing like shots outside or something. Hold up. Weird. I could have sworn I heard like gunshots outside. Damn. Didn't see anything though. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if this 1 minute fair value gap fails, honestly, I would cut your trade already. If you want to keep some profits on your trade, this 1 minute fair value gap needs to hold to go higher. If this inverses to the downside, they're coming for your stop loss. You guys should try and learn how to read the markets. When you are bullish, you want almost every single 1 minute fair value gap to be used as support to go higher. We've already inversed the first one to the downside, which is not a good sign. Now we need to see this one hold. If this inverses, then we're very likely going back down to this candle's high, because that's where everybody entered the 1 minute inversion. That's where the BPR is, the V-shaped recovery that you see here. So there's so many reasons to exit the trade early and keep some profits if this inverses to the downside. Hopefully it doesn't and it holds and we go up here. That's my, that is my hope. I'm looking at one of my prop firms. Do you guys, does anyone here have Top Step X or Top Step in general for your prop firm accounts? If you do, there's a section that says Coach T. There's like this AI coach that tries to give you advice on how to trade. His advice to me is, your most traded symbol is MNQ. Consider learning additional symbols to help diversify your trading. That's unbelievable. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard an AI coach say to somebody. Diversify diversify the symbol you're trading. The number one rule I could give any of you guys if you want to be profitable is to trade one thing and don't trade anything else. That's it. Don't worry about everything. Every chart is the same. Every asset class performs very similar. Maybe crypto's slightly different. I don't know. Gold, a little bit funky. Very difficult to trade gold for a lot of people. If you are trading inversion gaps or you want to trade equal highs, equal lows, market structure, you just have to pick one thing. Use NQ. On my funded accounts, I use 50K accounts most of the time, so I use MNQ. But that is the dumbest advice I've ever heard. Diversify your trading. Bro, every chart, it behaves the exact same way. Candlesticks are candlesticks. I don't care what this is. Again, apart from a few select things. It's like, come on, bro. Putin just said Russia and China see a clear way for a new world order. Oh my. All right, so this fair value gap obviously is working to the upside. So I think generally this is going to be the target, and this this level that I'm not going to explain how I get, but 21,917.50 is a pretty likely target here. Maybe they make it tough to get there, but I think this is the general draw right now on liquidity. Everybody who is short price on this down leg probably has some stop losses in these general levels right here. We also have midnight opening price up here that can also be a magnet for price. But again, your entry should have been here on the 1 minute when I called it. Personally, again, I did not take this because we never swept that new week opening gap. We never traded into it. Why is my camera making... you guys can't see it, but my camera just created all these lights and like normally it's green when I'm talking to it, and then it turned blue and started flashing. That was weird. But yeah, your stop should be to break even for sure here. If this ends up coming down and sweeping this low, inversing this 1 minute gap, I would definitely stop out of the trade early for some profits. But at minimum, if you want, hold your stop to break even here. If your entry was here, you should be at break even. And your TP should be this level at 91750 and then this 1 minute fair value gap. Tristan, I'm tapped into it. What are you tapped into, Tristan? Into a long? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Be right back. All right. What the heck? Can you guys see me now?
Bro.
All right. Excuse the barking for a little bit. All right, so we're using that monthly level to go higher. I also I was talking about your camera. I'm tapped into it. I don't get it. What do you think of the rejection? Oh my god. Hold on 1 second, guys. One more time. Hold up. Let me make sure this isn't AI tracking me. Wow. Yeah, Tristan, it has like a AI tracking. So it'll follow me around. If I stopped it, you can change the feature, but if I go like this normally, it'll follow me around. What do you think about the rejection of the previous month high on the 11th after we swept it, inversed the 15-minute FEG, and used it to go lower? Of the previous month high. This previous month's high that we've now rejected. I mean, I don't really care much about that because, I mean, this is extremely bullish. And if you look at the 15, I mean, if we label this, actually we can if you want. Label this in blue. And I'll make it super thick. Blue at a 4-point font just to see where it is. And if we go to the 15-minute chart. Oh, you're saying inversing this 15-minute to the downside? Yeah, I mean, this could easily be a rejection zone, but I do think right now, intraday, that this is going to be used to drive back to this level and this 1-minute gap. Structurally, from a long-term standpoint, I'm still bullish. I don't really care that we rejected that monthly level. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I do think on the daily, like I've talked to you guys many times before, if you look at QQQ, that's a better way to show it. There is a huge daily gap here on QQQ that formed in the month of early May. And a lot of the times what happens is we come very close to all-time highs in the market, and then we'll reject, fill gaps, stop people out, and then we'll go higher later. So I do think that this is a potential spot for us to go down to in the short term. And then we can use that. This is where I'm going to be adding to my long positions. All my stocks, QQQ, S&P 500, whatever, those are at when this ends up getting rebalanced. If it does, to go higher. But we will see what happens. Okay, so we're now touching into midnight opening price. I still think this is going to be used to go higher, but we will see. Again, we have a level at 91750, and we have this 1-minute gap. So that was the entry right there. Stop to break even. Every bullish PD ray is used to go higher, and this should now drive us to this Wicks mean threshold and this level, which is pretty much the same thing, and then this 1-minute fair value gap. Former CIA hacker warns that the U.S. will likely face a massive cyber attack from Iran in the next 30 days. Isn't that just lovely? Okay, so we're almost there. Wow, big tap up here. Past that midnight opening price. And again, I think this is next, and then this. And then from there, guys, I would be done for the day. If you're looking for short continuation down to this PD ray, you want to see it happen from the within this 1-minute fair value gap. I don't think this is the high. This is just a fake pin bar they're creating here, and they're going to drive it higher. So another thing I want you guys to try and learn with these streams is try and recognize where price is going and see what market manipulators do to try and fake you out. So for example, a lot of people that study candles, they see this pin bar and they think to themselves, oh, well, this is probably a reversal. Well, why would the market reverse here? I mean, yes, it's possible that we're going to reject from this midnight opening price, and we do have a 1-minute fair value gap. But more likely, because we have an unfilled fair value gap here, and I mean, I'm not going to explain these levels, but regardless, you can still use this as your draw. This pin bar is likely fake, trying to induce people short, and they're going to break above it, trade into this level, and trade into this 1-minute fair value gap. So try and recognize where you think price is going to go, and then try and see what the algorithms / market makers, whatever you want to call them, the casino, whatever they do to try and manipulate you to take trades against that target. So when I see this pin bar right before my level and before this 1-minute gap, it tells me this is very likely not to be the pin bar that's going to reject the market. But we'll see. So like if I was in my long position from here I would not be scared of this. I was more scared of this 1 minute fair value gap failing than this pin bar. And then once we trade into this level, I don't really care about this 1 minute gap just yet. This is my final TP pretty much. If you guys do not have these levels, I mean, that was a stupid thing to say. Obviously, you don't have them. It's only my model. But if you see a 1 minute gap like this, sometimes you can just take your profits right before it. But I do still think this will likely hit. For all 22 of you watching or whatever it is, I appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you guys learned something about this inversion and why I didn't take it. But again, I think this level is coming, and then this 1 minute gap. I wonder how many people that are watching this stream copy what I say, even though I'm personally not in the trade. It's amazing to me too. If I personally, I'm calling the market, but I'm not even in the market, and people will still take the trade. I think that's kind of wild. Okay, so there's the level, fake pin bar, exactly like I said. And there's a touch into it. Now, this 1 minute gap should come, but I would personally be out here. Just in case they reverse the market from here, because this is a potential reversal spot right before the 1 minute fair value gap. Anybody take this long? Did anyone take this 1 minute inversion? Type 1 if you did. 2 if you're a bot. Okay, nice move so far. Amarjit took the 1 minute fair value gap. Nice. 3-bar reversal did not. MT did. Wow. So some of you guys are following my trades even when I'm not in them, huh? Why do you guys do that? I was short in the morning. So you took the short in the morning and you took the long. So you're banking today. Okay, so be careful here if you're trying to... So there's a lot of traders. This is another thing some traders will do. They're really... They have a huge lack of confidence in their ability. So they'll wait for a PD area like this, like a 1 minute fair value gap, and they'll decide to long right before it hits because they think that there's a very high degree of certainty it's going to hit. And what ends up happening is they'll come super close to it, reject the market, fill some fair value gaps, and then do it later. And these traders get stopped out and they cry. So don't be the person that's trying to long up here right before the PD array. All right. So again, perfectly to the level I told you guys about, right at that wick. Rewind the tape, okay? I want you guys to rewind the tape maybe 10 minutes if you're in this stream and you just joined. Watch what I say right here. I said I want to see this 1 minute fair value gap be used as support to go higher, and my target is going to be this level at 21,917.50. Look where we're rejecting from right now. Look at the bodies of these candles right at the level. That's wild. Oh. Sometimes these markets are too easy. Uh-oh. Euro NZD crossing 1.93. Hold on 1 second, guys. One of my Forex swings just triggered. Beautiful. Okay, guys, for those of you in the Discord, I'm going to alert a Forex swing right now. All right. Okay, guys, so I think that's going to be it for me today. What I'll do, if I see anything A+ to the downside, I'll call it in the Discord under the live alert section. For those of you guys who are not in it, we are running a free 3-day trial right now. You can see all the access to my long-term stock ads, option selling, swing trading, all my live alerts, even though they're just for education. They are not meant to be used as signals. And then just general things. I go over the market every single week. If you guys want to join, I'll catch you guys in there in a bit. But I wish you guys the best and have a great weekend. I'll catch you guys for the market overview on Sunday. Best of luck to you guys with your trading. Thanks so much for joining. And yeah, have a great weekend.